This is News with the Disney Dude. Please like this video, subscribe to my channel for more content, and please hit that thumbs up if you like the video. Here now's the news for Wednesday, January 14th of 2026. New scaffolding rises up near Big Thunder Mountain Railroad at the Magic Kingdom. There again, another construction report. They are they are hard at work on this thing. Are they going to take out the how do I put this nicely? Are they going to take out the Indian reference in this attraction? If you don't know what I'm talking about, look it up. There is you can see a Native American face when you're faced the right way. You can see a full face of a Native American. Obviously that's, kind of, that's really outdated. So will Disney, will Disney still have that on the ride? Probably not. If you weren't looking for it, you wouldn't know it was there. Until someone shows you, and then you're like, oh, okay. So yeah, we don't really know if that's, if that's what that scaffolding's for, but we have no idea. We're just gonna have to wait and see. But they're probably gonna be removing that not so great reference from Big Thunder Mountain Railroad when that reopens. But again, we're just going to have to wait and see. But I don't want to get into that whole story. If you want to know that whole story of what I just talked about, go online and look it up. There's stories. There's a story behind it. Toy Story Mania entrance archway has been fully restored at Walt Disney World. They have completed the archway. It is now fully refurbished and ready to go. So if you're heading for Toy Story Mania and you look at the archway and it looks brand new, that's why it looks brand new, because they just refurbished it. But I'm glad that they take care of that stuff, because again, a lot of everything outside is out in the elements 365 days a year. Now, whether they take some of that stuff down for hurricanes, I have no idea. But this, as far as I know, unless they take some things down for hurricanes, all the posters, all of the, Cinderella Castle, Toy Story Midway Mania entrance, Slinky Dog Dash, Big Thunder Mountain, Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, People Mover, all that outside stuff, that stays out for now. Obviously the vehicles, for the outside stuff get moved indoors and, into backstage areas, but the ride track and stuff, that stays up for 365 days a year, unless it's a hurricane, and even then, I don't even think that they even take some of that stuff down. But if someone knows if someone knows that, you are more than welcome to leave a comment. I don't know. I really have no idea. But to my knowledge, 365 days a year, it stays up. Freeze watch in effect for Orlando and Kissimmee areas beginning January 15th. So tomorrow, it's going to be really cold. It's going to be cold for us Floridians. So, keep in mind the water parks will not be open. Any water parks will not be open. And this goes for Universal Orlando, and this goes for Walt Disney World in Kissimmee. And again, yes, I'm still saying Kissimmee because Walt Disney World is in Kissimmee. It's not in Orlando. I hate to tell you people that, but it is, okay? Walt Disney World is not in Orlando. It is not in Orlando. All right? So please stop bugging me about this question, okay? Please do not bug me and tell me that I am wrong, because I am not wrong. I am correct. Walt Disney World is not in Orlando. Please stop trying to pick a fight about where Walt Disney World is, okay? We have more important things to fight about than where one of the most popular tourist destinations in the world is, okay? So please stop bugging me. Walt Disney World teases a new Zootopia annual pass holder magnet coming soon. This has something to do with Zootopia. Walt Disney World has put it on their annual Facebook, their annual pass holder page on their app. It looks like it's going to be something tied in with Zootopia Better Together, which, big whoop. But, I am excited for the magnet, though. The magnet I'm excited for. But, Zootopia Better Together, that's another topic for another day. Okay? But who's it going to be? We don't know. We have no idea. So place your bets now. All right. A story that I've been following very, very closely. The injured cast member, whose name is Robert, by the way, who stopped Boulder at the Indiana Jones Epic Stunt Spectacular, speaks out for the very first time. This is on anywhere on social media. It's on Facebook. It's on the news channels. If you can, please give this a watch. Again, I can't speak highly enough about Robert. He is one of the best. He is one of the best, cast members I have personally known. Again, I've been through this already. He saved a lot of lives. He's in a neck brace. He fractured vertebrae in his neck. So he's going to be in a neck brace for quite a while. I would assume it's going to be 8 weeks, maybe longer, before he can go back to work. I don't know. But if you can, if you know Robert personally, please, pray for him. If you don't know him, he is one of the quote unquote assistant directors on the Indiana Jones Epic Stunt Spectacular. Please go by the Indiana Jones Epic Stunt Spectacular and tell any of the cast members standing at the show entrance, please tell them that you wish Robert well. I did that. I know a lot of people have been doing that. When I went that day to give the cast members my note to Robert, there was a lot of people. Clearly Disney was anticipating this because they put a couple of different cast members out in the entrance to the Indiana Jones Epic Stunt Spectacular, which was great. So they were standing out there. People were giving them their get well notes. They were dropping by to make sure that Robert was okay. They were stopping by to just make sure that that they said hello, to send him good wishes. So if you do go by the Indiana Jones Epic Stunt Spectacular, I just about dropped my paper. I jumped. Sorry. If you go by the Indiana Jones Epic Stunt Spectacular, please stop by and give your warm wishes to Robert, because he really deserves it. He deserves it. If he doesn't get recognized for his outstanding service, then then I will personally go to the Indiana Jones. I will personally go over there and I will tell them, hey, you need to do something for Robert, which I'm sure they already have anyway. But he deserves a lot of credit. He is so thankful for all of the get well wishes and everything. And again, I really wish him a speedy recovery, and I really, really hope to see him back really soon. Another permit has been filed for Bluey Experience at Disney's Animal Kingdom. The rumor that we have been hearing, and this is just a rumor right now, we don't have any evidence of this right now, so please don't quote this. Please don't quote us on this, but the rumor on the street is that they are getting rid of the petting zoo over at Rafiki's Planet Watch, and they're going to turn that into a Bluey Experience. Will that happen? We don't know. We have no idea. So please don't take us at our word. This is just a rumor. We don't know anything as of yet. This would probably be the only logical place to put it, though. I don't know. It would make sense to put it there, because there's nowhere else that this meet and greet would fit. So we don't know. It's all just a rumor at this point. We have no idea. So don't quote us on this, okay? All right, now we have some political news, which I'm not thrilled with, but Governor DeSantis appoints 2 new members to Central Florida Tourism Oversight District Board, which I refuse to call it that. It's still Reedy Creek, okay? I'm not calling it the Central Florida Tourism Oversight District, okay? Because that's stupid. I'm calling it Reedy Creek, all right? So those of you out there that, want to correct me on this, I don't care. It's not the Central Florida Tourism Oversight District. It's Reedy Creek, okay? So, that's what it's going to be called, okay? That's what I'm calling it. That's what it was called. And as far as I'm concerned, that's what it's always going to be called. It's always going to be called Reedy Creek, and not this Central Florida Tourism Oversight District crap. All right. So, but, I wonder why he's putting 2 new members on the board. But again, I'm not getting into that whole discussion. This is a whole political, this is a bunch of political mumbo jumbo. Something I don't really like to get into in the topic on this show. Those of you that know me personally, you know where I stand politically. So, but if any of you know me personally and want to bring it up to me, either, in person or whatever, that's fine. I'm just not getting into it on this YouTube channel, because all that does is it just creates a bunch of, shouting matches and people calling each other names. And that's unnecessary. That's unnecessary for a Disney YouTube channel. All right. So if you want to have that discussion with me personally, that's fine. We can have that discussion. But on this YouTube channel, no. Okay? It's neither the time nor the place. All right? A second Haunted Mansion permit raises questions about what Disney is doing, what Disney is planning at the Magic Kingdom. We still don't, we don't know. We still have no idea what this permit is about. Are they going to get rid? The rumor on the street is they're getting rid of the hanging ghost corpse in the stretching room, but that's just a rumor. We don't know. It is a sensitive topic. The one side of me that is a Disney theme parks fan, wishes that it won't go, that wishes that Disney won't take it away. On the other hand, me personally, it is a sensitive subject, so I can't really be mad if Disney wanted to remove that. Okay? Does it take away from the stretching room? I don't know. That's up for debate. Yes and no, I guess, but I don't know. But let me know. We don't know. We again, this is one of those things where we don't know. It's just a rumor. Again, still at this point. But, comment, let me know how you feel. Let me know what you think this is. Okay. But, on one hand, the purist in me and the Disney theme park lover in me is like, you can't take that away. And on the other hand, me, if I'm speaking just like just as a regular guest, I would be like, that is a little bit of a sensitive topic, So I can see it both ways. I can really see it both ways. On an unrelated note, with this, with the Indiana Jones Epic Stunt Spectacular's boulder still missing. On one hand, I miss it. On the other hand, I get it. I understand why they took it away. So it's in that same, now, one is because someone got injured. The other one is, the sensitivity. So it's two different topics, but where I was going with this is I can see both sides of the story. I can see both sides of, what Disney could do and what they will do. So, but let me know how you feel. I don't know. Again, this is all speculation. It may not be going away. It may go away. We don't know. We have no idea. But just let me know, because I'm interested. I want to know what you guys think. I really want to know what you guys think. All right. Disney, okay, now we're getting on to my first rant. Disney is spending $22 million to change Muppet Vision 3D into Monsters, Inc. show at Disney's Hollywood Studios. All right, I don't care how much money you're spending. I don't care if you're spending all the money in the world, okay? I have so many problems with this, I can't even think straight. You took away Jim Henson's last work. You took away his last work, so you basically just took a dump on his legacy anyway, and now you're spending all this money, and you're putting in a Monsters, Inc. stage show, which we still don't know the name of, by the way. Disney still refuses to tell us the name of that. And I can damn well tell you, they ain't going to tell us at this next year's D23 either. All right. So Disney is still refusing to tell us what's going in there. And it's, I'm sorry, but this is the hill. This is one of the hills that I'm going to die on, is them getting rid of Muppet Vision 3D. Okay. If you guys are tired of hearing me talk about Muppet Vision 3D, well, I'm sorry, but that's the way it is. Okay. That's the way it is. I will never, ever, until the day that I leave this earth, I will never, ever stop talking about Disney getting rid of Muppet Vision 3D. Now, if they bring it back, then I will stop talking. I will shut up and I will stop talking about it. But until when and if that happens, I'm going to still talk about it. I will still talk about it, and I will talk about it until the day I die. So, all right. So, for those of you that are fed up with that story, I'm sorry, but this is the hill I'm going to die on. This is the hill I'm going to die on. Okay. Which is why I wore my Muppet Vision 3D shirt today. All right. People get so mad about, they're getting rid of Tom Sawyer Island and the riverboat, and they're ruining the aesthetic, and and then those same people are like, oh, I'm so glad they got rid of Muppet Vision 3D. It was outdated and it was ridiculous and I do not agree with you. I am totally the opposite way. I am so happy. Well, that's an exaggeration. It's easier for, let's say this. It's much easier for me to swallow the fact that they got rid of Tom Sawyer Island and the riverboat because they were not big draws. They were not big draws in the Magic Kingdom. All right. Muppet Vision 3D wasn't either, but it still had a dedicated amount of fans. Okay, it still had a dedicated amount of fans who did it every single time we went to Disney's Hollywood Studios. And those people that are, that are saying, well, I'm glad it went away and blah, 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 they probably never went in there anyway. Okay, so I'm sorry I'm sorry, just because you hated the attraction doesn't mean that a lot of people did not hate the attraction. And again, I'm going to bring up closing day. Okay, closing day of Muppet Vision 3D was a train. Now Disney knew what the hell they were doing, but it was a train wreck. It was a train wreck. Okay, there were so many people at that park because I was there. Believe me, I was there for the closing of that show. There were so many people in, that wanted to see that show one last time, that line, by the way, went all the way to Galaxy's Edge. It bumped into the queue for Rise of the Resistance. So for people to sit there and tell me that, that this attraction didn't mean anything and blah, 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 I do not agree with you. I do not agree with you. You are absolutely 100% wrong. And I saw the crowds, or the people that closed Tom Sawyer Island and the riverboat that last day. It was not nowhere near the amount of people that closed Muppet Vision 3D. So don't put it in that same conversation. Don't do that. Don't put it in that same conversation. All right? Because you're wrong, and I'm going to tell you you're wrong. All right? And that's the way it is. That's the way it is. I know that this is going to rub people the wrong way, but I don't care. I really don't care. Getting rid of someone's last work just to replace it with something is ridiculous. It's like if Disney wanted to replace Walt Disney's Carousel of Progress. You cannot replace Walt Disney's Carousel of Progress. You can't do that. It's, that attraction is uniquely Walt Disney. He worked on it. He saw it. He oversaw the construction and the opening of that show. Okay. And if Disney ever decided to close Carousel of Progress, again, you'd be getting rants from us. All right. You would definitely be getting rants from us about it. All right. Because that's unethical. It's wrong. And it's just wrong. And that's the same thing with Muppet Vision 3D. It's unethical. It's wrong. And it was totally unnecessary. Totally unnecessary. You could have, when you ripped out Launch Bay, that's where you could have put Monsters Inc. Land. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm excited for that animation experience, but come on. Come on, okay? You could have just put, you could have put Grand Avenue back there and moved Muppet Vision 3D over there. But you didn't do that. You went the other route. You went the other route, and you went the route that makes everybody upset. Okay? So, but again, this is a hill I'm gonna die on. All right? This is one of the hills that I'm gonna die on. Okay? Is Disney getting rid of Muppet Vision 3D. All right? And if you want to fight me on it, I don't care. I don't really care. Okay? And the last story is another rant, I'm sorry. But so Star Wars Galaxy's Edge changes are coming to Disneyland. They are adding The Mandalorian. They are adding, so the first half of the land is going to be set in the original trilogy, and then the back half of the land is going to be set following the, I guess, I'm not a Star Wars fan, is going to be set after the events of the trilogy, I assume. So that's great. The thing I'm going to rant about is there are no plans at all to bring this to Walt Disney World. So, okay, so you're going to put it in Disney, which I get, okay? I understand Disneyland, okay? But why can't you bring that to Walt Disney World? Okay? Walt Disney World is one of the most visited places on this earth. Okay? And a lot of people go to Galaxy's Edge here in Florida. Okay? So, why can't you put that? Why couldn't you put that here? And I'll tell you, because Walt Disney World management doesn't feel they need to spend the money for it. They don't feel like, they're like, it's fine. We don't need to spend that money. People aren't going to care either way. People are going to show up and come anyway. So we don't need to update it. It's fine. It's okay. And that really makes me sad. That really makes me sad about Walt Disney World management. Now, I will tell you, it is getting better. But some of these things like Muppet Vision 3D going away, not updating our Galaxy's Edge, really kind of, it makes me sad. It makes me sad because there are some things, here in Florida where the Walt Disney World management is like, no, we're not going to spend that money. We're not going to spend that money. We don't need to, because the belief is, people are going to come here anyway. People are going to come here anyway. So why should we even care? Why should we even care? Which I really think that's sad. That is sad, because I guarantee you that if you spent the money here in Florida for that, people would be showing up in droves. People would be showing up in droves, okay? Because it would be an update. It would be everything that everybody wants from Galaxy's Edge that we were promised that never came to be. Well, some things. So that's really sad. That's really, really sad for Walt Disney World not to spend the money and be like, that's okay. People, they can have it in California, and we don't have to spend a dime here in Florida, which I think that's sad. That's really, really bad. That's a really poor choice of management, of a management decision. That's really bad. That's a really bad decision. So but I hope that sometime down the road, Walt Disney World will, if this works for Disneyland, which I can't imagine it wouldn't, if it works for Disneyland, then I really hope to God that Walt Disney World management is paying attention, and they'll be like, you know what? We should bring that here. We should bring those things over to our park. Okay? So I really hope that Walt Disney World management does that, but for right now, I just don't see them spending the money. I just really don't. And right now we're going through a bunch of changes right now at Magic Kingdom with the Cars themed area and the Villains expansion and the changes happening at Disney's Hollywood Studios, the changes happening at some of the changes happening at Animal Kingdom, including Bluey, the stuff that's actually happening with Indiana Jones and Encanto and the Tropical Americas. So I just don't think that Walt Disney World management right now really wants to spend the money. I think that they just want to get through, these projects first. And once they start crossing them off, then maybe Walt Disney World management will be like, you know what? That was a good investment in Disneyland. We should bring that here to Florida. So I really hope that does happen, but I'm not going to hold my breath. Okay, I'm not going to hold my breath hoping it's going to happen. So, but that's just my 2 cents on the subject. You'll have to let me know how you feel, but as of right now, I don't think Walt Disney World would spend that money. I just really, really don't. I don't think that they would do that. I just don't. So I'm going to end on that note. I'm sorry to end up on a rant there, but if you like this video, please hit that like button. Please subscribe to my channel for more content. Just to bring this up again, just in case if you missed it. So I have now got multiple channels going. So the news is staying on this channel. Okay, because this is a Disney news channel. All of the ride POVs and all of my vlog content, that's going to go on separate channels. Okay, I do have my Disney ride channel set up. So you can you can look that up. It's starting now going forward, any ride content is going to be on that channel. My vlog content is going to be on a separate channel. I'm still working on that one, but that's coming very, 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 very soon. So it's all to fight the YouTube algorithm, because with this show being a news show, if I put ride POVs on here, YouTube doesn't slot that in as news. So it doesn't go out to a lot of people. So I have to put it on a separate channel. So people know where to find those videos. Same thing with the vlog content. That has to go on a separate channel because that's not news. The honest reviews, the honest reviews are staying on this channel because that's technically news related. So that's going to stay on this channel. But my going forward, all of the Disney ride POVs that I put, that's going to be on my new channel called Di- Disney ride. Um, I'll put that up on Facebook. Um, and then I'll also post. I will also post another video telling you where you can find all of the new content. And I just started a Universal channel, which obviously has nothing to do with Disney, but please go over to my Universal channel and give that a watch. That's going to be everything. That's going to be ride POVs and my honest reviews and vlogging in the parks. Okay, that's going to be everything because I think that I've come up with a name that will fit the YouTube algorithm. Okay, I chose the name All Things Universal, so hopefully Universal. So hopefully the YouTube algorithm will slot all of my Universal stuff all together, so I don't have to do any more channels for that. But with Disney now, I have to have I'm gonna have this channel, the Disney Ride channel, and vlogging, and then my new vlog channel, and look for that coming up very, very soon. Okay. But if you like this video, please hit that like button. Please subscribe to my channel. Please subscribe to my channels for more great content. I thank you guys very much for watching this video. You guys have a great rest of your evening. Y'all keep each other safe and healthy. And remember that tomorrow is just a dream away. And I will see you guys again next. One more thing, this show will now be on twice a week, so Mondays and Wednesdays. And Fridays are going to be saved for Universal News. So Disney News is only on Mondays and Wednesdays now. So for more Disney news, I will see you right back here on Monday. All right? So y'all take care, and we will see you real soon.